Alrighty, KNPE 340. When we go to the ELDC tomorrow, each group has their own bucket, and each bucket will have some important pieces of information inside. The first thing is our plan. This is dry erase board, our dry erase markers, so we can use it each week. We're using our first section, the first 2 minutes. We're using these cards that I made. There's 4 cards. They're each numbered. Jump with a frog, jump with a trampoline, jump with a jump rope, jump like a kangaroo. And the reason that I made those is because you're gonna use these with your kiddos and be creative as you ask them, what is a jump? And then you'll show them and teach them how to jump. Then you'll ask them what activities include jumping. And at this point, you'll start passing around the cards to your students. And the cards are meant to help facilitate brainstorming. So for example, the trampoline and the jump rope would help get their brains going of what activities involve jumping. And each time you want to ask them to imagine they're jumping like they're on a trampoline, or imagine they're jumping a jump rope. Whatever answer they give you, you want them to also do a corresponding jump, pretending that they are doing the jump in that activity, so that we keep them moving. And then third, what animals can you jump like? And then of course the frog and the kangaroo, help them thinking about that and have fun, make some noises like ribbits, and I don't know what a kangaroo makes, but they can jump like their favorite animal too. The main activity is going to be a game called Memory Jump. It's similar to the game Simon. If you ever played that, it's a really old computer game with 4 different colors. We're not gonna play the exact layout of Simon if you're familiar with it, but the premise is the same, where you're gonna take the poly spots that your group has and you're gonna set them up in a grid-like format, kind of like hopscotch, but without the hop, just the jump. And then you're going to play a little bit of follow the leader. So if I am the teacher, I'm going to have my students line up directly behind me, and I'm going to decide to jump. Now we're going 2 feet to 1 poly spot, so you can mix the colors up wherever you want. Doesn't matter as long as there's different colors. Because you're playing a memory game where first you're just gonna jump once and then walk around to the back of the line, and your students need to remember which color you jumped, and then they're going to jump and walk to the back of the line. When it's your turn again, so it's basically follow the leader but with jumping. So now I'm going to go back to the first color I picked, which was yellow, and now I get to pick any other color I wanna go to. So I'm going to pick purple, and I'm gonna go back the line. Now my students follow me, they go yellow, purple, and now the goal is to see how many rounds we can do, how many can we remember in a row. So eventually, you know, if we get up to like number 6, it might look something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's no right or wrong pattern, it's just you pick the pattern. The goal is to have them think about where they remember seeing you jump so that they can use their memory, and then of course practice the skill of jumping in a fun game environment. After you are the leader, feel free to ask students if they would like to be the leader, but if you do ask a student to be a leader, make sure that you allow each of them the opportunity to be a leader. Within each bucket, there are 2 sets of cards, and there'll be 2 sets of poly spots. The reason for that is most of the rooms, if not all, I do have updated pictures, but essentially most of the rooms, all of the rooms have rugs. Some of them are different shapes and whatnot, but I have decided for safety reasons, I would like each of you in your classrooms to rotate every 15 minutes. So there's 2 teachers at a time. one on one rug, and then if there's another rug or open space in your classroom, you'll do another. And then after 15 minutes, you'll switch. So even the groups that have 6 people should be able to get through the 3 rounds if you're doing your lessons like 10 to 15 minutes per pair. So that's why there's 2. 2 people are gonna be teaching at the same time. You'll leave your stuff at your rug and then rotate and let the next teacher in your group come on up and teach with their group. While other groups are teaching and your group's not, you're going to be playing with the kiddos in their classroom. After the memory jump, if you still have time, an extra activity is the yoga memory game. So you'll hold this and you'll ask students to see if they can find the butterfly. And then once they look around, they'll find the butterfly. And then they flip it over and you teach them how to do the butterfly pose. Still sitting or going back to this formation. So you're facing the students, they're all facing you. And you can have them find the tree, that one's really easy, butterfly, and the dog. Tree, butterfly, dog. Alrighty, I'm excited for tomorrow. Number one thing is to have fun and make sure your kids are safe. Remember, I'm not grading you tomorrow. Let's just have a good time and practice our teaching skills of explaining things to little kiddos. Alrighty, I'll see you all tomorrow.